Hi sweet friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here for another decorating video. We are going to be decorating the kitchen for spring, but I wanted to show you a few new pieces I couldn't resist getting this year. The first is this adorable mama and baby bunny statue. It was $19.99. I thought that was a great price. And if you are looking for really affordable, cute Easter decor, I would recommend checking out Marshall's, TJ Maxx, HomeSense. They have some adorable items in right now. A lot of it is very bakery themed, I find, with cupcakes, cakes, and then of course lots of pastels. I just wanted to show you a few clips of some of the decor at my store. There was so much to choose from. I probably spent well over an hour browsing all the aisles, and I thought the pinks were so gorgeous. I was especially drawn to them, probably because I am doing pink and purple this year, but definitely a lot to choose from. I picked up these gorgeous wreaths. I love that they have the Easter eggs all around them in the pastel pink and green. I did get two and they were $19.99 each. I did also pick up this hand soap. It was so pretty. I thought it looked like a speckled Easter egg. It was $9.99 and it smells so amazing. This next little find is so sweet. If you've been watching any of my thrifting videos, I've been loving teacups, and I found this. I love the bow on the handle. It was $12.99, but it was just too cute to pass up. I did want to include these plates also. I got them from Michaels. It was buy one, get one free, and I was so drawn to the design as well as kind of the ruffled detail on the edges. I really wanted to incorporate these in my kitchen and thought they would be perfect. And then I was out shopping at a local boutique, Jillian's, that I love to go to and browse, and I came across these gorgeous tulips. They were the Real Touch ones. I couldn't resist getting the pink ones, but I wish I had have gotten some purple also. I did purchase these carrots from HomeSense. They were $9.99 and I added my own pink ribbon. And then the last items were from the thrift store. I got this doily. I think it was only 20 cents. I love the hints of pink. This apple pie, I couldn't resist it. I've been looking for something like this for quite some time. It was only $2. So I thought I could put this on a cake stand in the kitchen. And then the final item is this gorgeous piece. It was only 50 cents and I really want to incorporate that as well. So let's get decorating. I was so happy taking down all my winter decor. I am so ready for spring, even though it doesn't feel like spring here. We've had so much snow here in Ontario, Canada, but I am dreaming of spring and so ready to bring in all the soft colors. I'm going to start off with this gorgeous wicker tray and then this really pretty pitcher. It's quite large and I believe this was $20 from HomeSense. These peonies are my absolute favorite. I got these last year at Michael's. The color, everything about them is perfection. I was hoping I could find some more this year, but my Michael's doesn't have any, so hopefully they get some more. But then I'm also going to go in with this coffee pot. I thrifted this last year. The little bird on top is so adorable, and I thought it would be really pretty to layer some of these vessels that I have and then add in a little pop of color with the peonies. When I envision how I'm going to decorate a space, I really like to keep a color scheme in mind, and I really wanted to stick with the soft colors. I'm bringing in these candlesticks. These were from HomeSense, super inexpensive. I think the small one was $7.99 and the larger was $14.99. And then these candles were from Michael's last year, but I did see them again this year. They had so many colors, shapes, and designs to choose from, and I really feel like candlesticks add a touch of elegance. Terracotta pots always remind me of spring. I'm not sure what it is, maybe planting season. This one is so sweet with the ruffled edges, and to bring in a little bit of purple, I added some lavender. I really did want to add purple and pink. I've never done that color combination before. I think it's so pretty for spring. I think this little display turned out so adorable and sweet. The pops of color are making me so happy. I had very muted colors that I was using for winter. So the purple and the pink, it just makes me feel so festive and ready for the spring season. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you've thought about any spring or summer planting. I'm already thinking of mine and what colors I want to go with. But we're going to move on to our little table setting on the island. I did pull a lot of colors that I wanted to use in the pastel family. So I have the green, the purple, and the pink, and I cannot wait to layer these. If you watch my channel regularly, you know that I do love to layer. I feel like that really adds a lot of visual interest. So I started with the green placemat and then I'm going in with the rattan looking one. I do have a pink charger that I purchased from Michaels a few years ago and then a purple plate. And then the final touch will be this gorgeous plate from Michaels this year. And I think the combination of all the colors is so gorgeous and exactly the color scheme that I was going for. I was debating adding in some glasses or napkins, but I wanted to keep it really simple. I love that I can just easily pick up this tray if I want more space and move it, as well as these place settings. We really don't sit at the island a ton unless we have company over and we need extra seating. We mostly just always sit up in our loft to have supper. So this is definitely a space that I can decorate just because we don't use it that much. I know if you did use your space a lot, this might not be super practical, but I love the pop of color it brings, and it makes me so happy coming into the kitchen and seeing all this decor. The final little touch in this area is this soap container. It smells so good. I love picking out good smelling soaps. I typically buy them from Bath and Body Works, but there is such a selection at HomeSense and Winners. I couldn't pass up that packaging. And then I realized that I'd forgotten to add my little doily when I was kind of playing around with how I wanted to style things. I thought it looked so pretty just draped over this rattan basket. So I did go in and add it, and it just brings such a feminine touch to the basket. Ever since I started adding some decor to the back of my bar stools, if I don't have any now, it seems so bare. I didn't have any mini wreaths, so I just took a lamb's ear garland and cut it into 3 pieces and made my own wreath with some twine. And then this pink ribbon I did get at Michael's this year. I had some also from last year. And I attached a pink bow to these little lamb's ear wreaths. And I love how this turned out. It was such a fun DIY. I didn't have to buy anything, I had it all. And it adds such a feminine touch to the back of these bar stools and really pulls in that pink color. Moving over to the stove now, I'm going to decorate around this space. I do have this tobacco basket in this light gray color, and I'm going to layer in a wreath. This one is so wispy and pretty, and it does bring a little pop of purple into this space. Next, I have these adorable dishes. I love the scalloped edges on these, and they're just a layering piece that I'm going to place. And it's so cute to add little dishes. I had this colander that I purchased last year. It was $7.99. And to bring in a little bit more of that sage green, I'm going to layer that on top of these dishes. The next addition is this coffee container. I love to keep our Keurig pods in here, and it adds such a pretty touch with the wood top. I absolutely love it. And then I'm bringing in that adorable mama and baby bunny piece. It brings me so much joy every time I look at this. It reminds me of me and my mom. It's just super sweet and a cute little piece for the kitchen. I'm going to add in some lavender, and then of course I had to add in a bird. I love birds. This is a cute little gold one that I got last year. And then the final touch is a few of these speckled Easter eggs. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you bring out bunnies right away or if you like to wait closer to Easter to bring them out. I use them right away because I think you can decorate with them year round and they're so sweet. I am going to add this cute pie now to my cake stand, and I'm so inspired by Liz at Traditions by the Season. She uses a lot of faux baked goods in her decorating, and she has these muffins that always look so pretty in her cake stands. So she inspired me to use this pie. If you haven't subscribed to Liz's channel, I will link her in the description box, but she's so amazing and always gives me so much inspiration. So these wreaths are perfect for this little area right by my microwave. They bring some color to my dark cabinets. I am so happy that I purchased them this year. And then I did add my amazing grace sign that I've had for years from Michaels. It's perfect for the Easter season. And then I did add a little rolling pin on top of the microwave just to kind of incorporate the baking theme. Moving over to this little area, I'm going to add a cutting board, and then for a touch of purple, one of my extra plates that I had. And then I do have this picture. I've kind of been collecting them when I've been going out thrifting, and I thought it was so cute with these faux tulips that I picked up. You guys will have to let me know in the comments if you're a minimalist or a maximalist when it comes to your decorating. I definitely am a maximalist. I do love my decor. And a lot of people say, well, how do you have space for cooking? It's really simple. We just move stuff if we have to, but typically we're not making 3-course meals in here. We do keep things really simple because it's just me and my husband. So it's very easy to just move things if we have to, but I just love all the touches, and I think he does too because he never does complain. I did add this cute little mug that I got from HomeSense last year. I love the bunny on it, the soft pink. It's so perfect and fits in so well with the decor. And I am just loving how the kitchen turns out. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. I use this gold tray at Christmas, but I think the gold is so gorgeous for the Easter season. I did decide to layer in this beautiful placemat. I'm not even sure what the piece is exactly, but I wanted to hang over so I could see the design on it. And then to that, I'm adding this larger lavender pot that I have. I did throw in a cute little speckled Easter egg, and I love adding wood touches. I really feel like it softens the space, and I have so much white with the backsplash that I love leaning wood pieces up against it like cutting boards. Isn't this cute little Easter sweets tin so adorable? I got that from Michaels. And then for a pop of pink, I'm going to add in this vase. Moving on to my last little section that I'm decorating on the counters, I am going to add another cutting board as well as this really pretty wildflower print that I got from Michaels a few years ago. I pulled out my 2-tier stand. I know a lot of people aren't using these anymore, but I want to, and I don't really care if it's in style or not. I think it's fun and I love to decorate these. So I added a teacup, and then I'm going to go in with some lavender also. This just says spring to me, the lavender. I would love to go to a lavender farm one day. You'll have to let me know if you've ever visited one or if you want to and how you enjoyed it. I honestly had so much fun decorating this 2-tier stand. I'm going to go in with my cream and sugar now. This matches the coffee pot that I added on the island that I thrifted, and there's some of my favorite pieces with the birds on top. It's so cute. And then I have this whitewash terracotta pot that I kind of DIY'd last year. I'm going to throw in a few more of these speckled eggs. And then I love this little egg carton. I got this from the Dublin Mercantile. I think it's so pretty with that robin blue color. The perfect pop for spring. The last space that I'm going to decorate now is above the fridge. It was feeling really empty, so I'm going to go in with a tobacco basket. I use a smaller one right beside the stove, and then I do have this larger one. I'm also going to incorporate this flower basket. I added a ribbon to it, which adds a really soft touch, and then of course some of these gorgeous florals. I really wanted to incorporate this plate that I got last year from Michaels, so I decided that I would add it to the top of the fridge, and it just brings a lot of softness up to this space. The last thing I'm going to do is light this gorgeous wildflower candle. I love it, and it just makes the whole kitchen smell so amazing. I wanted to thank you all so much for watching today's video. Your support and kindness means so much. I would love it if you would leave me a comment and like the video, and maybe even share it with your friends or family if you enjoyed it. And of course, I had to show a little clip of Holstein. He was sleeping for most of the video, but now he's up having a snack. And I know it wouldn't be a video without me sharing a little clip of him. You all love to see him, and I love to share him with you all. So until the next video, friends, take care and God bless.
When I was lost and hopeless, when I was at my worst, it's grace that you extended that I did not deserve. I am so amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the depth of your love. Limits can't contain the heart of you, God. I'm amazed at the depth of your love. Your mercy came and found me, gave me a second birth. I'm overwhelmed and grateful. You took what I deserve. I am so amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the depth of your love. Limits can't contain the heart of you, God. I'm amazed at the depth of your love. And I am so amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the depth of your love. Limits can't contain the heart of you, God. I'm amazed at the depth of your love. Hallelujah. Love has made a way. Hallelujah. Forever I give thanks. Hallelujah. Love has made a way. Hallelujah. Yeah, forever I
Hi, sweet friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here for today's spring decorating video. We're going to be decorating the dining room, and I've laid out all the items that I want to use. I did pull a lot of this from my basement. I really want to use what I have, but I did buy a few new pieces, and I'm going to share that with you now. The first one was this adorable little doll. It's actually a door stopper, and this was $9.99, and the colors were just perfect for the dining room. The next items I got were these really pretty Easter eggs. They were $9.99 each, such a good price. I love the bow, the lace, the checkered print. They were from HomeSense and such a good price. And then these adorable bunnies were from Michaels. I was shopping there the other day and I fell in love with them. They had so many colors and sizes to choose from, and everything right now, I'm pretty sure with their Easter and spring decor, is buy one, get one free. So I thought that was a great deal. I got two of the purple ones for $20 for both, and I just love them and cannot wait to show you how I use them. I purchased these plates last year from HomeSense, but I did see them again, so maybe check TJ Maxx or Marshalls. It's all the same stores if you're interested. And then of course I have my birds, this adorable little nest that I got from Michaels. And then I pulled a lot of florals. I wanted to use my big bird cage that I got from the Dublin Mercantile, and really using a lot of purples, pinks, and wood tones. Of course, I have my little helper Holstein with me today. He's snacking on some liver treats. These keep him nice and quiet. And then I thought it was so funny. I tried to give him a cucumber and he absolutely refused. He wanted nothing to do with this. He just wanted to keep on eating liver treats. Okay, so we're gonna move on to decorating the dining room now. Everything looks so bare and minimal, and I cannot wait to make this feel festive for the spring and Easter season. I would love to get a new carpet for this room. Let me know if you have any suggestions, something a little bit brighter with a pattern. So I'm on the lookout for that. But we're gonna start by decorating my hutch area. I've had this hutch for almost 10 years, and I love to decorate this space. I always think adding a wreath to your mirrors really brighten them and make them feel more festive. So I'm going in with this really wispy one that I believe I got from HomeSense. I love to layer when I decorate. It adds a lot of visual interest. So I had this really cute bird cage in the galvanized metal. I'm going to go in and lay that in the center of the wreath, and it just adds another little touch to the space and ties in really well to the bird cage. This big bird cage was from the Dublin Mercantile. It's one of my favorite stores to shop at. I got it on clearance for $50. I think it was normally $100, but to me it was so worth it. I love that I can use this throughout all the seasons and just change what I add inside. So for spring, I decided to take this garland and I'm going to put it in. The one downside to this bird cage is the only opening is through this really small door. So whatever I use, I have to be able to fit it through there. But these florals are so pretty. And then I thought I would go in with this really chubby, chippy bird that is so cute. And I'm going to add that right into the center of the bird cage. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you like to decorate with bird cages. I have some green ones, a white one, this gray one, and I think I have enough, but I just can't resist buying them because they are so fun to decorate with. So definitely let me know if you have any in your collection. And the last finishing touch are some of these Easter eggs for a pop of color. I felt like the bird cage needed a little bit of color, so I did decide to go in with this beautiful ribbon that I got from Michaels. I really wanted more pink in this vignette, but I didn't have a lot to work with. But I did have these plate holders as well as these chargers. So I decided to layer them up and place them under my lamps. And it's definitely a very unconventional way to use a charger, but I love how this looks and it brings that much needed pop of pink that I wanted to use in this display. I wasn't sure where I was going to put these Easter eggs when I bought them, but they were such a good price. They were so adorable and fit my theme perfectly this year. I knew I would find a spot, and I think they look so perfect flanking either side of this bird cage. I did feel like it was missing some kind of whimsy cottage charm, so I did decide to go in with this doily, and I think it's a perfect little piece to complete this look. I think this display is looking so pretty, but we definitely need to add something to the candle holders. I didn't have a lot to work with. I couldn't find my mini wreaths that I wanted to use, so I decided to go in with some of these eggs from Michaels. And then I'm also going to add a ribbon. It needed some pink up here, and I didn't have any pink candles, so I thought the ribbon would be the next best thing. It's definitely been feeling a lot more like spring these past few days. The sun has been out, it's been warmer, and I believe the clocks spring ahead this weekend. I can't believe that's already the time of year it is, but I am so looking forward to having sun and light for longer. So let me know what you're most excited about for spring. I did end up cutting the bow that I had on top of the bird cage. I feel like it was a little bit too long and it was hiding what I displayed inside. So I definitely decided to trim that up, and I think it looks a lot neater and prettier. And I kept the long ribbons on the candle holders. So moving over to my blanket ladder now, I'm going to add a basket and then tuck in these really wispy florals. I wanted that pop of color on the ladder, and I thought these ones were so pretty. You guys will have to let me know in the comments how much spring decorating you've done, if any. I'm currently decorating my living room this week for spring, so getting so excited to almost have the whole downstairs ready, and I just love how it's turned out so far. Then I'm going to add this cute little door stopper up here. I thought this was such a great price for $9.99. I think she's so cute and the perfect little touch on top of this ladder. I did want to ask you guys in the comments if you had any Easter recipes to share with me. I would love some, even just day-to-day recipes. I feel like we've been eating a lot of the same foods and I really want to switch it up, but I do like simpler homemade meals. So just let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions. I would love to hear from you. I did add this gorgeous throw blanket to my basket, and we're going to move on to the table now. I have this huge dough bowl. I wanted to hold it up so you could just see how huge it is. It is massive. I got this from Jillian's, kind of a boutique store not far from where I live. And I knew that I wanted to fill this with eggs and a garland. So I'm using another garland. It's the same one that I used in the bird cage. I had two of them. So just to tie the color scheme together, I'm going to use it again. And then I'm going to layer in these adorable bunnies that I got from Michaels. I bought these carrots a few weeks ago with the intent to use them in my kitchen on a display, but I didn't end up using them there, so this is the perfect little spot for them. I'm also going to use these eggs that I got from the Dublin Mercantile to layer in here, and I still felt that it was lacking something. It needed more filler, and I did have some Easter eggs that I recently purchased at Michael's. I thought I would just layer this in here. I definitely wish I had some bigger eggs, but I'm going to be on the lookout and see what else I can find. But the pops of color are so pretty, and they're just what this display needed. I did want to show you, if you are looking for Easter eggs, they have a ton to choose from at Michael's in so many gorgeous colors and shapes. Because I do so much seasonal decorating, I find it so helpful to have my staple anchor pieces like my dough bowls, my risers, cake stands, candle holders, all that stuff. It makes it so easy when I go to decorate. I pull out those main pieces and then I add all the fun decor around them. We're gonna go in now and of course layer, layer, layer. If you missed my kitchen decorating video, I will link that in the comments, but I love to layer my table settings. It adds so much visual interest and I love all the combinations and colors. So I'm gonna use these gorgeous sage green plates, and then on top, I'm gonna layer these adorable bunny plates. I think these are probably my favorite plates that I've ever bought. They are so sweet and adorable, and I think they were only $12.99 or $14.99. Okay, this table setting is so adorable. I think it's my favorite one that I've ever done for Easter. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. I also love that I could easily just take this off the table if I had my nieces and nephews over and they wanted to craft, or if I was hosting a dinner and I needed more space. So I really love when you can make vignettes that are easy to move and relocate if need be. So I decided that I wanted to do something on my gorgeous chandelier, and I had these eggs. They were from the dollar store, believe it or not. I love the little polka dot pattern on these. They're very subtle and muted, so I thought I would just attach these to the chandelier just for something different. I've actually never added little Easter eggs to my chandeliers. I have added Christmas balls, so this was so different, but I love how this turned out. I really love being creative and thinking outside of the box. And for me, this was just really different and fun and a way to tie in the chandelier to the table setting. So you'll have to let me know what you think in the comments and if you like to hang decorative decor from your chandeliers. The last space that I'm going to decorate in the dining room is this cute little table. This was my mom's and it's now mine. And I just think back how she had it decorated and how it was in her house, and it's just so special. Above it, I did want to add this Easter egg sign. I believe it was from Winners or HomeSense. Again, I love that muted gray color. It ties in so well to my bird cage. And then I'm going to add this cute little box to the table. Again, I needed that pop of pink, and I'm going to layer on these chippy distress candle holders. I did use some of these terracotta pots in the kitchen, so I thought I would use one in the dining room just to tie the spaces in together. And then I added another one of my birds. Definitely have quite a lot of birds. I have them in gray, white, creams, beiges. So I love to add those throughout my home in the spring and summer, and they definitely make me feel so happy. I had to show this cute clip of Holstein. He loves playing with these little Easter eggs and bopping them around the house. It's so sweet, but I absolutely love how this room came together. It ties in so well with the kitchen, and next week we're going to do the living room, so stay tuned for that. But I'll share some clips now, and until the next video, friends, take care and God bless. Hi sweet friends, welcome back to another spring decorating video. I am so happy you're here today, and in today's video we're going to be decorating the front entryway for spring/Easter. I am so excited to bring you along as I decorate. I'm going to be combining decor that I've thrifted as well as pieces that I've collected over the years, so let's get started. I purchased this entryway table a few months ago. I felt the entryway needed more warmth. I did have a glass table in here before, but the wood really does warm it up, and the lamps I've had for quite a few years from HomeSense. The first decor piece I'm going to add is this really pretty distressed pot, and this was $29.99 from HomeSense also. I purchased these florals last year, I believe, from Michaels, but I did see them again this year, and I wanted to look very organic and whimsical in the pot, so I'm just going to add these. I almost wanted to look like you picked these from outside and brought them in, and I do think these florals are really lifelike and realistic looking. That's part of the reason why I love them. I really like florals that don't look faux, so these ones definitely check the boxes, and I think the contrast between the black vase and the white florals is so pretty. I really think adding larger pieces to a display elevates it rather than having a bunch of small pieces. So this is kind of the piece that I'm going to build my whole display around, and I love that the black vase ties into my 3-tier stand that I have in the entryway as well. And then of course I had to add this cute little bunny. The waffle knit pattern on it is so pretty, as well as the bunny's rosy pink cheeks. I thrifted this little nest a few years ago. It has some pops of pink eggs as well as a green one. I'm going to prop that up against a vase and then add this cute little pot with an egg to the display also. I've had these 2 lanterns for many years now. They're from Michaels, and to make them feel a little bit more spring-like, I added some pink ribbon. I also added some moss inside of them, and these add such a feminine touch to this console table. I love the pops of pink and purple this time of year. It's so pretty. And then I also had a few of these big jumbo carrots, so I decided to add them to my display as well. I really love using more muted tones for my spring decor, lots of pastels. So the light green with the pink and the white goes together so perfectly in my opinion. Let me know if you like the pastels or if you're more into the vibrant colors. I find for summer I like a lot of bright colors, but something about pastels and spring and Easter is so pretty to me. I've really only decorated this console table for winter, so I was super excited to be able to style it for spring. I love that it has all these open shelves, so I'm going to layer in this gorgeous book that I got while out thrifting. And then I had this really pretty pot or container. It's chippy and distressed. I love that, as well as the scalloped edges. And then I'm going to add a few of these jumbo eggs in this raw wood color. I think this is so perfect and ties in really well to the shelf. I found that it did take me a while to style these shelves. I'm not used to having so much to style in the front entryway, but it was a lot of fun. You'll have to let me know if in future videos I should show that process of styling something and then maybe switching it up, or maybe you guys just like seeing the end result. Let me know in the comments. But I did add that really pretty thrifted bird that I got a few videos ago when I was out thrifting. I will link that in the description box in case you missed it. And then I'm going to add this super sweet doily. I picked these up when I'm thrifting and they're so inexpensive, and I love to layer them, especially with my spring and summer decor. I always pull out this tricycle every year. To me, it just says spring. It's so pretty. I wanted to add a touch of purple here, so I did add some lavender stems to it, and I think that looks so pretty. I did decide to balance out the other side with a lavender stem, so I'm going to add this to my little pot as well. The weather has been so nice here lately. On Friday, it was plus 16 and it felt so amazing. The winter was so long. We had so much snow. So everything's melted, the sun's out, and it's really inspiring me to keep up my spring decorating. I am going to add this gorgeous basket. I purchased this while thrifting also. This was $3.99, and I love that subtle touch of pink that it brings. I was searching my decor stash, trying to figure out bigger pieces that I could add to this table, and I remembered that I had a few of these cake stands. They're so pretty. The scalloped edges add so much, and I decided to layer some doilies on top just for another little layering touch, and I'm going to add both of these to the bottom of the shelf, and I really think it adds such a pretty touch for spring. I really like how these shelves turned out. I could definitely add more decor here. More would fit on these shelves, but sometimes less is more, and I was worried if I added too much, it would look really cluttered. So I think this is the perfect amount, but let me know in the comments what you think. You guys will have to let me know if you've done any spring decorating. Maybe you're finished. I'm still working on my living room. I thought that would be this week's video, but it's taking me a little bit longer to style it how I like. So instead I did the entryway. That came a lot easier. But I'm going to layer this basket and this cute little wreath. I love it. It's so wispy and it brings in that touch of purple on my coat rack. And I think this will be the perfect little spring touch on this area. You can probably see I have the door open. I could hear the birds chirping. It was just so nice to finally feel that warm weather. But I have so much to look forward to this spring. I'm so looking forward to Easter. It's such a special time of the year and something I always truly look so forward to. I love watching the Ten Commandments and Ben-Hur, all those classic movies, and I just love spending time with the family and having a big Easter dinner. So let me know what you're most looking forward to. This hat is one of my favorites. I think I got this from the thrift store also. It was from H&M, but I think I got it for $3.99. It's so pretty. It almost reminds me of the Anne of Green Gables hat. And then I'm going to add this really pretty chocolate bunny sign. I did get this from the Dublin Mercantile, and the cream color as well as the writing is so pretty. Because I use the purple and pink on my console table, I'm going to pull that into this 3-tier stand as well. I have this really pretty lavender pot with the daisies on it. So cute. And then for a touch of pink, I'm going to add this candle as well as this gorgeous gold candle holder. This bunny is so cute. It has a burlap bow on it. It has some patina on it. It looks kind of vintage and older. I did get this from the Dublin Mercantile. It was on clearance because I think the ears fell off and they re-glued them. But I absolutely love it. I think it brings so much character and it just reminds me of Peter Rabbit. I was really trying to use more decor than just bunnies and eggs, but that's what my stores have a lot of, and I think it's so sweet for this time of year. But my sweet subscriber and friend sent me this beautiful piece from Michaels. I love it so much, so thank you so much for sending that to me. It's one of my favorite pieces, and to it I'm going to add this wreath. I just tied a pink bow around it, and like I've said in previous videos, if you don't have a lot of the color that you're combining, you can just add ribbons. It feels so festive and really brings in the color scheme. For an added touch of purple, I'm going to go in with this bouquet that I did get from Michaels, and the purple and the pink look so nice together. I can't believe I've never used that color combination together before. I've either just decorated with pink or purple, but I've never combined them, and this year is probably one of my favorite Easter/spring decorating I've ever done. But for this bottom shelf, I did take a card from the dollar store and cut out the bunny and frame it. And then I'm going to go in with this really sweet pot. I guess it's more like a berry dish, and I'm layering in a doily as well as some Easter eggs. I think the doilies really add a grandma cottage feel to the space, which I love. I feel like it's so homey and it just reminds me of my past. So, doilies to me are so pretty, and I just think of all the work that goes into making them. They add such an elegance to the space. So, I really wanted to combine a lot of the doilies I have. And then to the stool, I'm going to add this container filled with some really pretty eggs also. I really thought it would be nice to learn how to crochet or sew. I don't know how hard it would be and which one might be easier to ease into. So if you do any sewing or crocheting, please let me know in the comments what you think I should start with. And if you have any suggestions, I just remember trying to crochet when I was younger and I thought it was so fun. I never really kept at it, but it's something I think would be really relaxing to do in the evenings and something I would really like to learn. So let me know if you have any tips for me. I would love to hear from you. Of course, I have my little helper Holstein here. He's being such a good boy and just sitting in his basket watching me decorate. He's enjoying the sunshine and the warm weather also. But we're going to add a big wreath now to my powder room door. I've had this one forever, but it does have the pops of green and purple, and I thought it would be so pretty to dress up this door. This last little space that I did decorate is where we put our shoes on. I just kept it very simple here. I don't like to put too much on this bench just because people do sit here to get ready. But this really pretty painting looks very vintage to me, so I thought it would be gorgeous for the spring season. And then I added this tray with a watering can and a little nest, and I think it ties in really well with the rest of the room. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I had so much fun decorating this space, and I'm hopefully going to share the living room later this week or into next week, and I cannot wait to share how that all came out. So friends, until the next video, take care and God bless. Hi sweet friends, welcome back to my channel and another spring decorating video. Today we're going to be decorating the living room. I am so excited to make this space feel really festive for the spring Easter season, and I can't wait to share with you all the decor that I'm going to add to the living room. I do have a big sectional in the living room, but I ended up splitting it into 2 couches. I feel like it really opens the room that way and makes it look a lot bigger. And then I do have that big ottoman in the center. My favorite space to decorate though is the mantle, so we're gonna get started on that. I always have this mirror and the 2 lamps there, but I'm gonna add this gorgeous garland around the mirror. I wanted a little bit of color, and I love the spring touch that it brings to this mirror. I have a 3M hook at the top of the mirror, maybe you can see that, and I kind of just use that to anchor the garland, and then I'm wrapping the rest around the mirror. I got these cute little eggs, they're so pretty, from Dollarama. I think this bag was $3.50, and I love the pastel pinks. There's some white and cream also, and I'm going to drape these from the garland just to give it a little bit more of an Easter feel. I don't know if you guys have been to Dollarama this year, but they do have a lot of really cute neutral Easter decor. And what I love about these eggs is that they're so simple. They're not shiny, they don't have glitter. So to me, they look really high end and they were so inexpensive. And I love the way that they look just hanging from this garland. It definitely brings a very spring-like Easter feel to the space, and it didn't cost a lot of money. And then I'm going to go in with the sign that says Happy Easter. It's in that muted pink with the checkered pattern, and the little bunny on it is so adorable. I decided that I wanted to use these really pretty muted bookends on my mantle also. I've had these for a few years now. They were $12.99 each from HomeSense, and I thought I would just build up my decor by adding these bookends just to fill in a little bit of space. And then I'm going to go in with this really pretty white garland. I love the simplicity of it, and the pops of green are so pretty. I purchased a few of these terracotta pots from Michaels. They're usually really inexpensive, and I whitewashed them just so they weren't quite as dark. I love the whitewash look. It just really softens them. And then I added some moss that I also got from Michaels to them. And I think these terracotta pots just say spring and summer to me. They're so pretty. And I decided to go in and layer these on my display. So adorable and such an inexpensive way to add a spring feel to your space. I decided to add this really pretty glass cloche top to one of these pots, and to bring a little bit of pink, I did tie a ribbon around it. That ribbon is from Michaels, and they do have it there this year. And then I'm going to add these adorable little carrots right beside the bunny picture. I think it goes so well together. And then I love birds. To me, they definitely say spring and summer, so I'm going to layer in these really muted ones. I got these from a local nursery in town, and I think they're the perfect touch. To bring a little bit of color, texture, and height to my display, I'm going to go in with these gorgeous books that I've thrifted. I've been collecting these for a while, and I love the sage green on these books. I feel like it ties in so well to the display and definitely adds a little bit of visual interest, and I think this turned out so pretty. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or if you like the way the mantle turned out. I definitely did add a little bit more decor than usual, but it's so fun to decorate this space. I do really like to make it a little bit fuller and then keep my bookcases a little bit more on the minimal side. But the pops of pink, green, and then all the neutrals go so well together. I especially love that little bunny sign. I did get that this year from HomeSense, and I believe it was $16.99. Of course, I have my adorable little helper here, Holstein. He's napping on the job, just soaking in all the sun, looking so adorable. But we're going to move over to the bookshelves now. Again, I'm keeping it a little bit simpler, but I did want to bring in all those pops of pink. So I had this gorgeous plate. I have a few of these that I got from Walmart last year, and I decided to display them on my bookshelves. I got this cute little wire basket from the Dublin Mercantile, and I layered in this gardening tool from the dollar store, as well as a little bit of lavender to bring that pop of purple to the shelf. Definitely trying to add a lot of the purple and pinks. And then I have this really cute wooden Easter egg. On the next shelf, I am going to add this book box. I have had this for many years from HomeSense, and I love the polka dots with the stripes. Just very classic, and again, it adds that gorgeous pop of pink. This adorable green watering can matches that book on the mantle perfectly. I thought I would layer this on to the book box. And then again, I'm going to go in with some lavender and this adorable little carrot. This cute little nest was from Michaels a few years ago. I layered it into this bowl that I got when I was thrifting, and then I felt like the shelf needed something a little bit extra and more color, so I did layer in a blue book. I think it matches so well with the green and the pink. And on the next shelf, I decided to add a basket that I did get thrifting, as well as this cute little wreath, again in that sage green color to tie in everything. And then I had this really cute little bird fountain. I think that's what it is. I decided to layer in a doily, and I love birds. You'll probably see a lot of them used throughout this video, but I think they're so adorable and a perfect decor piece for the spring season. You'll have to let me know in the comments what decor you use a lot in the spring. I feel like we all have our favorites that we tend to gravitate toward and collect. So mine are definitely bunnies and birds. So perfect for this time of year. But definitely let me know in the comments what you love to use. This print is so beautiful. I believe these are daisies. Let me know if I'm right in the comments, but I love the black border on this. It ties in really well to the fireplace and really helps anchor the piece. And then I do have this really pretty sage green bird cage. I believe this was from Michael's many years ago, and I decided to layer this on the bookshelf also. Instead of adding moss to this bird cage, it can be pretty messy. I decided to just layer in a basket and then this stone bird that I had. I definitely could have added some moss, but I feel like it does make such a mess. This was a little bit easier, and baskets are such a pretty way to kind of layer in and bring a little bit of visual interest to the space. I then added that gorgeous pink candle, and this little duck is so cute. I got a set of 2 while out thrifting last year, and I really wanted to incorporate it into my spring decor. The last shelf I'm keeping really simple. I have this beige book box, and then I decided to layer in this cute little tea set. I did purchase that thrifting, and the little pops of pink just tie in so well with the rest of the decor that I ended up using. I can't believe that Easter's only a few weeks away. I know it's definitely later than most years this year, but it still feels like it's coming up so fast, and I'm so excited. I did go out shopping on the weekend, and I got my nieces and nephews some Easter things for their Easter basket. I always love to put those together for them, as well as Holstein. So let me know in the comments if you like to make Easter baskets for your kids or grandchildren, or even a pet. Moving over to my second bookshelf, the first few shelves I did keep very similar. I did have this gorgeous green vase that I decided to add, and I do like to keep a lot of my decor very symmetrical. I don't know if you're like me when you're decorating, but if I have 2 shelves, I do like to keep it very similar. I am going to change up a few things, but again, to keep everything looking cohesive, I do end up using a lot of the same colors, which I love. The pastels are just so pretty this time of year. All of these baskets on my shelves I have been thrifting throughout the years, and I have a few shelves just full of baskets, but it comes in so handy when I want to layer bookshelves and add a warmth to them. I feel like instantly adding a basket adds so much warmth and makes it feel really homey. So you can definitely buy decor on a budget. Thrifting is a great way to find so many pieces, and I've really been enjoying doing it lately. I think a lot of people are doing some spring purging, so I've been able to find a lot of really great finds at the thrift store. You'll have to let me know if you enjoy thrifting and if you found any really good pieces lately. Again, on the last shelf, I'm going to add one of these book boxes, and then I have this really cute Easter basket that I filled with some Easter eggs that I got from Michael's. I think the mantle and the bookshelves turned out really pretty. They're very cohesive. They do have some different decor from each one, but I also think they look very symmetrical. Let me know if there's anything you think I should add or take away, or if you have any suggestions. I would love to hear from you guys, but we're going to move over to this little side table now and decorate this as well. The sage green color has been my favorite this year. I'm going to drape a doily over top of it. I've used a lot of doilies in my decor for the spring season. They bring such a feminine touch, I think, to the space, almost a cottagecore feel, which I absolutely love. And then I'm going to layer in this Peter Rabbit book, as well as a few of these little gardening tools from Dollarama. I definitely have a few of these cloche tops. I did use a few cake stands in my entryway video for Easter, so I thought the cloche tops would be really pretty just over books or on top of my terracotta pot that I have. Loving the look of those. They're so light and airy, but we're going to move over to the ottoman now. I'm going to start with this really pretty scallop tray. I have 2 of these. I believe this one is a larger one, and then I'm going to layer in some books for some height. Isn't this bunny so sweet with the big glasses? I absolutely love it. I think it's so adorable. I got this last year, I think, from HomeSense. And then to tie in the purple from the bookshelves, I'm going to add that little lavender stem, as well as this adorable baby bird. I've had this book for a few years now and I really haven't displayed it much. I think I used it in the fall, but I love the prints in this book. It's so pretty. I settled on a picture of some carrots actually. I thought this one was so adorable with the tulips and the birdie, but I did decide on this page and I think it's so perfect for spring with the carrots. I love the pop of orange and green and I think it looks so pretty just propped up in this basket. To bring a little touch of pink, I'm going to add this ribbon, kind of like a bookmark, and the final touch is this gorgeous antique looking candle holder. This little display is probably one of my favorites. I think it turned out so sweet, just perfect with the carrots. And then I'm going to add a blanket. I love to have cozy blankets even in the spring and summer, and Holstein jumped up as soon as I added that. I wish I had have caught that on video, but I thought it was so adorable. He loves all the cozy spots. And then I'm going to layer in some pillows on the couch. I have these pale pink pillows as well as this gray and white striped one, and I think they go so well with the rest of the decor that I'm using. And the final touch is this soft pink blanket on this couch. I really love how everything came together. The pops of pink, the sage green, and those subtle pops of blue match so well with the dining room and the kitchen decor. I really hope you enjoyed watching today and liked all the decor that I used. I really appreciate each and every one of you coming back every week to watch my videos. It truly means so much. So until the next video, friends, take care and God bless.
When I was lost and hopeless, when I was at my worst, it's grace that you extended that I did not deserve. I am so amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the depth of your love. Limits can't contain the heart of you, God. I'm amazed at the depth of your love. Your mercy came and found me, gave me a second